So for this video, my goal is to create this type of drawing where I see the assemblies. I also see an exploded view of my puzzle cube, along with what's called a parts list and balloons. Balloons being these little tags for the numbers. So this is my end goal. This is what I want it to look like. I'm going to go quickly through how I got here. So this is a DWG, so I'm going to open up a new DWG to start. This was on a B-size drawing, and B-size, like we're going to see here, when I go to edit view, B size is going to be 11 by 17, so it's a little larger. All right, I'll call this puzzle cube assembly. There we go. All right, great. I want to go ahead and change the border and title block to ANSI A. Although ANSI large fits fine, I'm going to just stick consistently with ANSI A. I'm going to make this 4 by 4. There we go. So now I have my drawing. Okay, so how do I get these drawings on there? So again, I want to remember what it looks like. I have 2 assemblies. I have a presentation, and then I have parts list and balloons. Okay, let's get to it. All right, so I'm going to bring in a base part just like normal. Instead, though, of bringing in my presentation first, I'm going to bring my assembly. I'm going to find the view that works for me. So let's see. I always start off with the front view. Whoops. Try that again. Find the assembly, open, find a view that works. There's the front. I'll tilt it on the side. I'll make it 1:1 because that's too small. And then that's a good placement for it. So I'll right click and I'll click OK. I'll do that again with the same part. I'll start off with the back, and then this time just put it at an angle. Again, 1:1. Oops. 1:1. There we go. Right click, OK. Now when I make both of these colored, you should be able to tell that one's the front and one's the back. Although that's up to me. That looks good. So I'll move this one slightly just to give it a little room. Pink in the front right here, pink in the back right there. So yep, they're opposite sides. Okay, now I'm going to do the same with my exploded view. This I just found, the exploded view. You can actually pick which view you want to show. I'll go ahead and go with view 3. Just so you guys know, this is something I've never talked about, but you can actually save views. One of the things you can do is, let's say I move it around and I troll it like that, right? I can go ahead and get that. I could right click and I could take a new snapshot view, and that's now my view 4, so that when I go over here and I place this, I can go ahead and select which view I want, and it keeps the view that I like. So I liked view 3, so I'm going to keep that. Instead of 1:4, I'm going to make it 1:2. That looks good. I'm going to make it colored. Great. Awesome. There we go. And I showed the trails. All right, cool. So I'm going to move through this pretty quickly because I want to get to some key parts. All right, so now I got the 3 parts in. Now it's a matter of getting the balloons in. So I'm going to do balloon 1 by 1. So I'm going to click on a part, and then it's saying, hey, the source is this assembly. That's correct. Yeah. So I'm going to do parts only. This assembly, I want to designate each individual part. Okay, so yep, bill of materials, great. All right, so I click once, I click twice. I always like to make them like leader lines, then I right click and I continue. I do this for each one. Once, twice, right click, continue. You'll notice that it's already pre-numbered, and that's based on your assembly and the order that you place the parts into the assembly. Okay, great. So I got the balloons done. Now I'm going to create the parts list. So I'm going to select the view. This is the view I want the parts list from. Do I want to enable automatic wrap? Yes. If there is more than one word, I want it to wrap around and make a column, just kind of like Excel or anything like that, any table you create. I want it to be left oriented. That's good. I'm going to place it on the top left. I'm going to lock it in that corner. And there we're good. You'll notice that the item and the quantity is there. The part number is only because that's what I call the part number. Hardwood cube, why does that show up? That's because what I did is each of the parts under project, I called it yellow part. So if you want to modify the name, do it now. If you want to change the description, hardwood cube, I capitalized it, hardwood cube. So each of the parts has that written on there. So if I go to NEI properties, it says hardwood cube, and then blue part, and then that updates here. Almost done with this. Last thing I got to do is I got to annotate it with text. So just draw a box. I think of my end goal. What do I want it to look like? Okay, front assembly, back assembly. Okay, great. So type in front assembly. Then the scale for this one I remember was 1:1 because I set it. I want this one to be centered. I wanted the front assembly to have an underline, and I want it to be taller. I know I'm going to need it to be taller for this drawing. I'll make it 2.4, centered, great. Looks good. So now all I could do is I'm going to move it to the right spot. I right click, I copy, I paste where I want it. Paste it there too, because I know I'm going to need it here. Cancel. This one's slightly down. Double click on it. This was the back assembly. And this was the, what did I say here? Exploded view. This one wasn't 1:1, it was 1:2, meaning 1/2. And that's good. Last thing I got left is the title block. I have properties. This is a quick one. I'll say Mr. Menjivar. Title is the puzzle design challenge. And then project, let me think. Well, once I save this project, that will automatically update. So there we go. So that drawing number is going to update as soon as I save it. Otherwise, it's good. If you want to do more with the title block, you always can, but this is all I'm expecting. And that's the end of this one. Pretty quick demonstration.